If you ain't a Gator, you must be Gator bait. If you ain't a Gator, you must be Gator bait.
Welcome back and welcome in. It's another episode of If You Ain't a Gator podcast. We got a national champion in the building. We got Mr. Steven Harris. How you doing today, bro?
Doing good, man. Doing good. How you doing, bro? Thank you for having me, man.
Of course, man. I appreciate you being here. Real quick, before we dive into this, I got some real exciting news for the podcast and just myself and just really grinding and working hard. This week,
man?
If You Ain't a Gator podcast signed with Stadium and Gale Network.
Hey.
So, yeah, man. So we're a part of Stadium and Gale Network. You know, Silk, Dan, Nick De La Torre over there. So big things are happening. Bro. We love it. We're going to keep growing, keep moving.
Man.
Y'all go subscribe to Stadium and Gale. Go follow them on X. Subscribe here. Follow me. It all helps push the movement. You know, we keep pushing along, but I just wanted to announce that. Sorry for anyone that thought that I was going to hire Lane Kiffin.
No, this is bigger than Lane, bro.
It is bigger than Lane.
It's up there. It's up there. It's up there.
This is real. This is real life.
Listen, shout out to Stadium and Gale, bro. And shout out to you, bro. The hard work, the energy and the effort that you've been putting into this to rep the Gators and bring us quality content, man. So you deserve it. I love Stadium and Stadium and Gale and what those guys do over there. So to add you to the network is dope, man. The Gator Nation is so awesome, bro.
It is, man.
With High Top and Stadium and Gale and Dave and the different independent entities that are doing their thing when it comes to covering the Gators. It's fantastic. And then the unity that we've been able to bring throughout the past year has just been amazing. And there's enough room for everyone. I'm excited for you. Y'all make sure y'all like, subscribe to my man channel. Let's get to them 1,000 subscribers. If you're a High Top fan and you watch this podcast, you come across it, make sure you subscribe to my man channel.
Sir.
Let's get them growing, man. Let's get it going.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I'm super, super appreciative. Just overall, just everyone, yourself, Silk, Dan, Allie, Shelton, David Solderquist, David Waters, just everybody that's come on
Allie.
this show.
Thank you. I'm glad you said Allie.
Yeah.
Me up right now. Thank you.
No, it's just everyone in overall. I'm just super appreciative. Everyone's helped me along this way and helped me to grow this to where it's at, and just it keeps growing. So yeah, super, super appreciative.
I'm excited for you, bro. You deserve it.
I appreciate it, man. With that being said, I got some questions for you before we dive into current Gators football talk.
You ain't send me over no list.
I know how we do it over here.
I said it's gonna be raw, unedited, unfiltered. I love it. Let's rock. What you got?
I got to. So this is how we got to. We got to get the real out of you.
Oh Lord.
So first question, it's gonna put you on the spot a little bit. Have you always been a Gator, or did that happen after you committed to University of Florida?
Lord. Okay. So I'm from Miami originally. Let's get that out the way. Born and raised in Miami, Homestead, Florida. Raised in Coconut Grove. So I was born in Homestead, but my mom's from Coconut Grove. My dad was in the military, so I was born at Homestead Air Force Base, and then lived in Germany for about 3 years. Moved to Alabama, then moved to the Grove at like 4 or 5. So from the Grove. My grandfather. On the weekends, I used to go down to his house, and believe it or not, bro, I'm mad you even asked me this question.
I got to do it.
Yeah, I'm mad you heard something that you trying to pick at me, bro. You want to see if I'm gonna keep it real.
I gotta see. We gotta put you on the spot a little bit.
Yeah, so my grandfather watched the team out west, the guys that do this.
Oh wait, you can't say that. I thought we were talking about Hurricanes. Never mind. All right, well that's our show. That's where we're gonna end it here. It's all right. No, it's okay. It's okay.
Get real bad. Yeah. So my grandfather grew up watching Florida State, bro. I would say he was a Florida State fan. My grandfather. He didn't have no Florida State stuff around the house. No tag. Obviously, no tags on the car back then and all that. But was no Florida State memorabilia. Nobody went to the school there. He just watched them all every weekend. I would go to his house on the weekend. So grew up watching Peter Warwick Dunn, and those guys. But we also watched Florida during that time as well. It just was exciting back then to watch sports, and I don't think the rivalry was so serious back then between watching those teams. It was just great Florida football because we were going against the Nebraskas and those teams during that time frame. So any school out of Florida was doing great. So we watched Florida State football. We watched a little bit of Miami back then, but Miami wasn't really popping like that. It was really between Florida and Florida State with the highlights and the players. So I watched a lot of Florida State football with my grandfather, and I ended up getting a scholarship to Florida. Didn't know that I would get one. I didn't start playing football till my junior year of high school. Never played no little league, no rec ball. I played around the house, throw up, touch, tackle football. I would knock you into a car on bare concrete, knock you into a tree if we played in the field. Yeah, so I did all that. I could catch, I could throw, because you're gonna play everything. But I grew up watching Florida State. I became a Florida fan when they offered me the scholarship. Because I went to school with Frank Gore and Jonathan Vilma. They played.
Golly, what a lineup!
Yeah, they were a year. Vilma was 2 years ahead of me, I believe, and Gore was a year ahead of me. And so I grew up watching them and Roger Pollard and all that at Coral Gables. And so, watching them play and stuff like that. And then I end up getting a scholarship to Florida after I didn't even start my junior year. I was a backup. I feel like I should have started, but we had a senior, and senior loyalty, a little politics. But then I start my senior year. I get a scholarship to Florida, get the call on the last visiting recruiting weekend. I'm getting ready to go out the house on a Friday to go to school. My mom had worked the overnight shift at Velvet Cream Donuts in Coral Gables. She worked 2 jobs, JCPenney and Velvet Cream, trying to survive for us. My dad was still a single parent at the time, but my stepfather came into the picture. I'm leaving out the house and the phone ringing. It's like maybe 7 o'clock in the morning. My mama just got in. I'm like, they'll get the phone, but it's ringing. The cordless phone. So I forget, I'll answer it. I answer it. It's Coach Red Anderson from the Gators. I had one offer from Missouri. That's the only visit I had took. And then NC State was talking to me a little bit, but I had committed to Missouri on my first visit. And then after that, I thought that it was it. I was told that I couldn't visit nowhere. I didn't know that it was just a verbal and you can take as many visits as you want. I didn't know. Long story short, my high school, one of my coaches, the head coach to be exact, had this little deal worked out with Missouri where my recruitment was basically shut down and that I was committed to them and they was going to give him a little stipend for me going there out of Miami as one of their high recruits. And this is before Missouri was SEC or any of that stuff. So I loved the visit so much growing up in the hood, coming from a background that wasn't so great, going to Missouri, seeing the college life. They let me drive an Escalade in the snow. I ain't got no license. It's awesome. I committed there. But Florida calls and says, hey, it's Red Anderson. I say, who? University of Florida, Coach Red Anderson. And I speak to Steven. They're speaking. They're, hey, man, we've been trying to find you, big man. We got your number off this questionnaire you filled out last year. So, they get a questionnaire.
Yeah,
The height and weight, and you send it off to the school.
Yep. My
number to my house was on the questionnaire. 305-461-4981. I still remember the house number.
Hey.
So he called that number. He said, we've been looking for you. We reached out to the school. We haven't got any calls back. We think something fishy is going on. How you doing? We want you to come on a visit. I said, well, Coach, I've already committed to Missouri, so I can't come. He said, no, what do you mean you can't come? I said, well, I committed to Missouri. They told me that, I can't take anymore. He said, that's not true. It's a verbal commitment. You can come take a trip whenever you want. We want you to come today. It's the last recruiting weekend. We got a private jet waiting on you. I was like, what? I'm from the hood.
Yeah, the PJ ready for you.
I run upstairs. I know it's a long story for you.
Oh, you're good.
So I run upstairs. I'm like, Mom, talking to my stepdad. Sean, my stepfather named Sean. I ain't call him dad at the time. So, Mom, Sean, Florida's on the phone. Florida. My stepdad like, boy, Florida ain't on no phone. What are you talking about? Say, University of Florida. They want me to come on a visit. He like, boy, ain't no Gators want you. Like, he just messing with me. He used to always like size me up. Boy, ain't no Gators want you. Ain't no Gators on the phone. I get on the phone. They like, yeah, we want him to come on a visit. And we have a jet waiting for him right now. We picking up Torian Charles from Miami Northwestern, Mr. Year of the Bull. He has the documentary. If you guys haven't seen it, it's my frat brother. Greatest high school football documentary ever. And this is before they were even doing movies. You know what I mean? Even doing documentaries like that. So they tell them like they got the jet waiting on me. I go to the airport, private jet. It was a orange Gator jet with the blue logo. So the jet was orange. Like, maybe like a 6-seater, 8-seater. I don't know. But yeah, it's the Torian Charles on there. The two twins from Miami Southridge, Jermaine and Tremaine McCullum. And then I think we flew to Alabama to pick up a receiver that didn't end up coming. And then from Alabama, we flew in Gainesville, had a great visit. So happened my high school coach, the head coach at the time, had to go out of town because his father had a heart attack and passed away. So he had to go for a funeral. So I never got a chance to tell him. I didn't go to school that day. Nobody knew. It wasn't no cell phones around like that. So none of my friends knew why I didn't come to school that Friday. Nothing. I go to Florida. Then some of them end up hearing about it. I come back Sunday and they all like at my house. Steve, how was the visit, man? This and that. So I had a great visit. It was awesome. They coach Zook, who had took over at the time because Spurrier had just got fired, was like, hey, we'll give you guys a call to let you know if we want to offer you. Like, we had the meeting. You have a meeting with the coach. You eat breakfast the last day, and then you have a meeting with the coach. I guess the top people, you may offer exactly that day. Yeah. And then the rest of us go home. Nobody got offered that day, but everybody goes home. And then he said, hey, we'll give you a call, let you know. So I'm home chilling. I'm outside talking to my friends about the visit and how great it was to go to school and the jet ride and all this. I had never been on a plane like that. Yeah. Being born, flying back from Germany. And so it was just awesome. And my sister run out of the house. Steve, Florida's on the phone. I said, oh, shit. So running. I run to the house. It is Coach Red Anderson. He's like, big man. That's his term, big man. He said, how was your trip? I said, I love it, Coach. He said, well, how would you like to be a Gator? I said, man, I love it. He said, well, congratulations. I said, what? He said, yeah, we're sending your scholarship in the mail. We're going to FedEx to your house. But we don't want to send it to your school because we don't know what's going there. We reached out to the athletic director, everybody. We've been calling them for weeks. No one's returned our calls. We think it's some funny business going. We're going to FedEx it to your house. So they FedEx my scholarship to my house with a pen, everything, overnight mail. Signing day was that Wednesday. Yeah. I had just went to the trip on Friday. I was already committed to Missouri. Signing day come, Missouri sends all of their media people because I'm from Miami, and this is their biggest recruit, basically. Out of Miami. They want to recruit in Miami. They send all the media people. I have no idea. So I come to Florida. My head coach don't know that I got this scholarship. I got it tucked in my pants. Long story short, everybody get ready to sign. There's me, Rashard Williams, a wide receiver, Alex Poe, an offensive lineman that got committed to Missouri. I'm not Missouri, but University of Miami. He was played tackle for us, but they recruited him as a center. He got a scholarship, and then it was me. They thought I was going to Missouri. It's time to sign. My mom brings me the little Gator helmet. I put it on the table. Everybody looking. I reach in my back. I pull out the scholarship. I sign it, and it goes bonkers. Missouri people like, oh, my God, he's not coming. And then the Missouri coach calls the office that we sitting in for signing day. Mm-hmm. It's the old school speaker phone. Like when you don't answer, it picks up the voicemail out loud. Oh, yeah. And the Missouri coaches, I thought we had a deal. He talking to my head coach, and I look at him, and I just remember Florida telling me that they had been trying to reach out to me. They had been sending stuff. And for me to hear him say, I thought we had a deal, it kind of like broke my heart. I never talked to him again. That was my last time talking to him. I don't even think I've been back to the high school since then. But yeah. I don't blame you. I'm honestly a Gator, baby. Hey, that's all that matters. Like someone said here, could you imagine if you went to Mizzou? Well, that's crazy. Yeah, I probably would have went in the first round. Hey, I take the championships and the
You got the
lifelong
championship.
at great university for sure.
That is crazy to think about, like just how that stuff. Honestly, it does make you kind of just think about other recruiting and just overall as a whole. Like
Yeah,
people
I'm
who try to
telling
tell you, because you see it in movies, right? Like you see
Yeah.
this in movies that like all these deals are made out, and you almost. I feel like some people look at these movies and are like, oh, well, that's not real. Like doesn't really happen. It's like, well, no, like here's a real
I'm
life
here to
story
tell
that
you real
happened.
life story, and I don't tell that story a lot. Because I got love for my high school. I still got love for my high school coach. He didn't coach me per se. A lot of natural ability, but I love, I still got love for him. It's just that moment and knowing and the look on his face when the voicemail of my mom in there, my stepdad, and we all looking like a deal. You know what I mean? It was just shocking, but it does happen, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. So that's a perfect transition to my next question for you. So you get to Florida, you got Zook there.
Yeah.
I've heard great things about Zook. A players coach, people loved him. I've heard you talk about him. Like I've just listened to people talk about him. I mean, so when you find out that he's leaving, that he's going to be let go, how do you take that? Yeah, Zook.
It was my red shirt sophomore year. So knowing that it was the coach that I wouldn't say necessarily recruited me, but I came in with his class.
Yeah.
Being the first college coach that I know and the type of guy that he was, it's up. You know what I mean? I felt like you don't know what you don't know. So in that moment, I felt like I wasn't a senior, so it didn't hit me as bad. And I didn't understand why, but I wanted to send them out on a good note. We knew that we would have them for the rest of the year. And so that was kind of cool. Like, okay, we're gonna win these games for them. But when he actually the last game, I carried him off on my shoulder. I'm a sophomore, but at the time I was already kind of like running the team, even as a redshirt sophomore. I had the respect of the locker room, respect of the campus. So I was totally brought in. So I carried him. We won. I pick him up, me and Big Mo. We carry him on our shoulders, and then we hand him off to some more offensive linemen. So we all kind of took turns carrying him. And it was against Florida State. The win at their home after they just named it Bobby Bowden Field for that game was just a great feeling. Yeah. So it sucked. He was definitely a player's coach. We had a lot of admiration for him as far as the energy he brought to us. And just being able to talk to him. He wasn't too strict. He was just a guy that knew how to get you to play hard. But unfortunately, we wasn't winning up to the standard that Florida wanted at the time. So and then having the little fight, I don't know how that rolled over well, but he will go to bat for you. I was a part of the group that marched down to the frat house with him. We come from the stadium. I don't know if you guys know where the Springs complex is or where the old basketball practice facility is. It's probably still right there behind the spring dorms. But there's a fraternity right across the street from that, right by the track area, that had jumped one of our teammates the night before. They gave him a black eye, one of our offensive linemen. They stomped him out. And the fact that they jumped him, we like, he ain't gonna jump one of our brothers. Y'all frat brothers, we football brothers. So we walked down there, Zook in the front, and we stormed behind him. It was so funny because he literally was power walking in front of us. And
he was ready to go.
It was like 20 of us walking behind him. He go up there, bang on the door. Like, come out now, y'all jump to come out now. Like, you know what I mean? We ready to fade, but
they're probably like, I'm not coming out there.
I don't even know if the guy was there or what time of day it was. It's a on-campus trial. You know if they're in class or whatever, but we went and made the statement. And I won't say that's what led to him getting fired. But who knows? At that time, you got high-powered people, donors, and it's a frat house that's on campus. So I know they have some extremely great history of guys and donors. And so just the fact that he was down there with us, it was cool with us. We like, all right, let's get it on. We had already been used to kicking butt around the city. That was my job when I came in, because when I came in, we sucked. Nobody liked us. Not they didn't like us, but it was no respect. Like you go out somewhere, you at the club, somebody step on your shoe and be like, "Hey man, you stepped on my shoe," and they say, "Oh, F you, y'all suck anyway." I'm like, hold on, like I don't tolerate no disrespect. So
now you gotta see the hands.
I knocked somebody out. My freshman year, I knocked somebody out Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, for about 3 months.
Welcome to the Gator fan base. No, it is crazy to hear that story and like to look back because I was pretty young when Zook was there, but I still like I remember those days and just like the Tyrone Pro throws playing for Bama's. What do you say?
Don't do that. Talk about you were pretty young. I like to consider myself pretty young.
You're still young. You're still young. No, but it's crazy to think about that. Like people talk about his record, but I'm like, those hands are certified though.
Yeah, right.
But it is crazy to look at that because I think that's I hate to put it this way because like the players, because no matter what, like don't get me wrong, I came on here, I popped confetti, I was happy about Billy Napier being fired. I'm a fan through and through. You could tell me right now, y'all can win a national championship next year and you can never podcast again. I'll delete this podcast right now.
But no, for sure.
My thing with it is that I feel like these players, I think that's a good outlook for them. Whereas it's like, okay, like you love this guy, right? Like this guy's great. You're still going to have his phone number. This is someone you can still be in contact with. But you're football players. Like you want to win. Every one of you are competitive. Every one of you want to get the job done. Every one of you, because all of these guys are connected, especially now. Like when you were there, like there wasn't the social media there's now. Like you just said, like there's no cell phone. So it's like it's different then. Whereas now you got such like Dallas Wilson, top receiver in the country. He's friends with so-and-so out of Oregon, so-and-so in Washington, like all over the place. And you got them texting like, bro, we're winning. What are y'all doing down there?
Yeah.
So they're going to hear that. So I think for them, right, I think that this is a good outlook for them. Okay, you got Billy. You love Billy. Okay, these players love Zook. But then Urban came in and he may have been a jerk.
Yeah.
But he brought you what you needed.
For sure.
And that's the thing. Like sometimes that tough love and that you don't even know that you need it. Like,
yes, sir. Yeah.
It's just like it's like having a father. Like, okay, you and your father can get along, but sometimes you guys can be real close. But then also there's times that punishment has to get put down. So I think that's a good thing. Like, have you had a chance to talk to any of the players or even
for sure. Not I've reached out to a couple of current players. But me and I'm in a group chat with some of the 06 guys, Marcus, Thomas, Dallas, Brian Crum, Earl Everett, Ray McDonald, all of us in the group chat. It's maybe like 15 of us. But we constantly always talk about what we didn't know until Urban got there and how tough it was, but it's what we really needed because we had talent when Zook was there. Talent was not a question. When Zook was there, the roster was loaded with talent everywhere. I believe the 03 class for Ron Zook was probably one of the most underrated classes at Florida ever. And the players that it brought to them and the amount of people that played early as freshmen, like Joe Cohen and Marcus Thomas starting as a true freshman defensive tackle in the SEC. First game being Miami on the road. And so the players Zook brought in and was just unmatched. But we talk about the lack of discipline that we had before, and you don't realize it. You think you're working because when you come from high school to college, it's already a big jump.
Yeah.
And so the way you lift in high school, nobody in high school, I'm not gonna say nobody. It's a maybe 0.1% of people in high school that lift or run and condition the way that you are gonna do it when you get to college. So it's like night and day. So you feel like you're pushing yourself and doing the most you can do until somebody like Urban Meyer comes.
Then you get
that reality check. But through it all, we look back, even some of the conflicts we had from Jarvis Moss and Herb first meeting, getting into it, and Moss still don't like him too much to this day. I just let y'all know that. But Moss respects him, and that's the craziest thing. Moss could tell you, man, I hate Urban, but I love him. And that's a weird dynamic for a grown man, but it's so understandable for what he brought to the table. And so we didn't know any better. But when you go through it and you experience it and you see it, you look back and you say, damn, thank God. Like, we could have went our whole life feeling like we hit the max of what we could do, but not knowing because you wasn't pushed far enough. So for these younger guys and this group of guys, I would tell them if they ever listen to this or see it, that greater is coming. Greater is coming. We don't make these decisions around Florida and thinking that you're going to go in reverse. It's all to progress you, and just be prepared to do the work and embrace whatever the new guy is bringing, because he's been vetted. They know what level of success he should be able to reach given what he's given, and it's up to those guys, the players, to perform and give their all every day, no matter the direction, and they'll see that success. And I believe that's what's going to happen. The roster's loaded, and so you just need a couple people to come and do some small tweaks that'll make you be like, dang, that's all it took. You know what I mean? Because
God can do it.
Like even for like our defensive line, with no shots at Coach Red Anderson, but when Coach Madison came and started teaching us at the defensive line, I was like, what the hell have we been doing the whole time?
Yeah,
like, I had no idea that it was going to change that drastically.
Yeah,
and it did. And so change is good when you receive it with the right mind, and you know that no matter what, you're going to do your part. So
I think that's a huge thing, is like when it comes to, especially like, everyone pinpoints on the head coach, right? That's always everybody's image, but there's also positional coaches, and that's very massive to people's progress, because your head coach is the one who's hiring those guys, but that's where a lot plays into it. And I think
most definitely,
I think that's a big thing with me that like got frustrated with like Billy. Like the play calling was what it was, we screened that, but I'm like, I'm not seeing players progress. Like I'm not seeing them get better. And I'm like, and that's a hire, like you hired them. But that's neither here nor there. Like when it comes to just like, we've bashed Billy enough on this show, but but
even to what you're speaking to, when you look at the coaching carousel of people that been in and out, that we had to keep replacing to try to fix these different things, is kind of, you missed on a lot, and that kind of hurts the player, and they're behind the 8 ball in certain areas. You can overcome it, but that still falls on the head coach, because you hired these guys.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. That's where I've seen a lot, and there's just like, there's no one to bash here. I think that, and I'm appreciative, and I've said it, it's one thing I said on here too, is that if it took us going through that time span, that 3.5 years or 3.5 seasons of Billy, for him to stack this roster, for glory to be on the backside, I'll forever commend him on that. Like you built a roster, like you did that. You can eye talent. It shows. Ricky Pierce, first round pick. Like he can see talent. It's just sometimes, like I said, you can have all the chess pieces. You just might be trying to play checkers with them. No, go ahead.
No, I'm saying it's been a while since anybody has hit on that many recruits or portal players that turn out the way they did. So he definitely has an eye for picking the guys, and there's no shot at nobody. I just feel like he got in over his head when you don't delegate enough. Just from my experience of going back and watching practices and stuff, he's very attention to detail, but you so focused on this one thing that you're not able to look at everything as a whole. Like when I'm out there, I'm looking at this position group, but then I'm looking over here. I'm looking at the sidelines. I walk up to a player, say, hey, what's the play? And he like, huh? What do you mean, huh? Like when in 06, if I walk up to you and say, hey, what's the play? And you didn't know the play, if I didn't punch you in the mouth, you probably was going to either be running or doing up downs or something. Like no matter where you are, you need to know that. And without having him as the guy overseeing that, like Herb would walk around and make sure he would come check in on the D-line doing practice, come check in on the O-line doing practice, come check in on this position group. He'll be over there at your station. When the head coach comes to your station, when you're supposed to be hitting pads and all this stuff, it's going to intensify it. So you have to really be more of an overseer at the head coach position, and not be so, in this day and age, worried about just the offense or trying to, because you're not the quarterback coach.
Yeah.
And then you're not necessarily the offensive coordinator, but you're calling the plays. It's like it doesn't bode well. And I had a lot of hope. And it's some player issues too. If we were up to full speed, didn't have as many, there's a lot of ifs and it could have still worked. You know what I mean? That old Alabama style was boring. It didn't matter if you knew they were running. They got the yards they were supposed to get on the play. It didn't matter if you knew they were going to throw this thing. They got every yard they were supposed to get, they got. We didn't have that. And so to try to force that in, we wasn't going to give you enough time to get that rolling like that. So you got to be able to improvise and use the guys in their strong suits, like Urban said, and Coach Billy G said when he talked about Billy Lasco and Eric Rutledge, using those fullbacks, getting them out in the flat, just doing different things with the pieces you have. Although Urban 06 Urban wanted to run full spread, we had Chris Leak. Chris Leak wasn't going to give you a lot of read options, but he did do it, and we were successful. We brought in Tebow, even on the 06 year, was like 3rd and 1 or 3rd and 2. It was never for no real type of offense. You just know he was going to run it. We knew it was going to block, and he got the amount of yards he was supposed to get. He didn't break any off for 60. He didn't run for 40 or 50. He got the amount of yards you were supposed to get because everybody knew what they were supposed to do, and we executed to perfection. But Herb knew how to throw the wrinkles in and work with what he had. And I think that's what it required out of Billy this year. But with the style of offense he liked to run, if you don't have all the pieces or injuries go down and you don't know how to improvise, it's not going to work. If you just got stacked roster and 3, 4, 5 deep like Alabama or Georgia when they finally got on their run, when they roster just super deep, you can be vanilla and boring. This is a new day and age. You can't be vanilla and boring and think that you're going to get anything accomplished. By the time the fourth quarter hit, that 4 deep roster that you had of guys, somebody that's 6'5", 300 pounds, is gone. He's in the transfer portal at another school trying to help them build depth. So
exactly,
it's totally different now. So,
but see, I look back and I know you're a defensive guy, and so going against the O, but and correct me if I'm wrong, but and it's honestly just kind of watching just football as a whole now. You go back to like the 06 or the 08 days. Yes, we had a good offense. Honestly, a great offense, but there was never anything that was like I don't feel like the offensive coordinator was in there was like, yeah, that's going to get them. Like, that's going to get them. Maybe a route tree, like maybe, I'm going to put this guy on a post dig and he's going to go, like moving players around. But it was never like, all right, this is what we're going to do. Like, Leak, you're going to come in, you're going to throw it to Tebow. Tebow, you're going to throw it back to Dallas Baker. Dallas Baker, you're going to throw it down to no, like, it's like that's the stuff. Like, I'm not even joking. I watched the replay of y'all on High Top watching the Mississippi State game. And I watched your face when DJ went down on that 3rd and 1 and got sacked. And I'm like, what's crazy about that to me was I'm like, why did we overthink it? You got Jaden Ball back there. Just let's keep it simple. Like, that's what I feel like is like missed. And it's something that like, it's crazy to look at. I can't remember who the receiver was in the NFL, but he's telling these players, he's like, these other receivers, these young receivers, he's like, show me, come off the line. You come off the line and you show me. And they're digging and moving and he goes, you're wasting too much time. By that time, your quarterback's sacked in the NFL. You want to get to the league? You know,
get to your spot and the ball will be there.
Yeah. So it's crazy, man, to just look at that as a whole. I do think that better times are
for
coming.
Sure.
They're coming, especially if we can have it our way. I think real good times are coming. But we hope Lane.
Before we get to Lane, I want to finish out this season strong, no matter what. I believe Billy Gonzalez is going to help open up this offense. I believe we got some good seniors that need to be sent off the right way, that deserve to get a couple more W's on their record and great film on board. And so I want to see these guys finish out strong. And I want to see what Billy and O'Hara are going to do. It's very interesting to me. You have a quarterback coach that's going to be calling the plays and a wide receiver coach that's the head coach. So it's like, I know ball going to be ball, but if we spreading it out, giving them more lanes, he's going to, when the line is packed and they got 8 men in the box, he's still getting his yards. So one-on-one tackling, you're not going to do it. So I like the fact that they're going to open it up, and the mentality of those guys, I think it's going to be very interesting, matched with the level of talent we have at the wide receiver position.
Yeah.
Anytime you have a Dallas Wilson out there, he's going to demand a double team or some type of bracket coverage or something like that. And then you got a great slot and number 2 receivers and Vernell. And then we Studevant, Mizell, we got a lot of ways to burn you out there. I don't know what's going on with Tank this year. I don't know if he's still hurt or whatever, but the speed, when you open it up, it allows for more opportunities for him to get the ball in space and make people miss like they said they want to do. So
yeah, and I think you're gonna see, I think a lot of people are gonna end up, I think people are frustrated with Billy Napier right now, but I think when you see Trey Wilson in this offense and them opening it up, I think people are gonna be like, where has this been? Like, why do we waste so much talent? I really do believe that. I hate to say it, but I do think that we're gonna say that. All right, I got some more questions for you.
Yeah, let's go. Roll it.
With this one, you may not want to answer because you may.
Oh Lord,
they probably ain't gonna watch this anyway. But favorite teammate at Florida, it's just your favorite teammate from your whole time being there.
Marcus Thomas.
Okay,
that's my road dog. 2 peas in the pod. My brother, frat brother, joining the fraternity after me.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my guy. We still talk every single day to this day. My best bud. Although he got kicked off the team our senior year, I filled in for him at the nose guard position and held it down. Because I didn't originally play nose guard. I came in at defensive end.
Okay.
I was 6'5", 218. I had an 8-pack. I had abs. And I gained 20 pounds the first year, 20 pounds. They ended up moving me to 3 technique. Marcus got kicked off the team. They moved me to nose guard, which was the position on our team that made all the plays, which allowed me to get to the NFL. Other than that, if Marcus never got kicked off the team, I would have never got the opportunity at the NFL just because of the position that he played. And so him being my friend make it even more special.
Yeah. And he's like, you're welcome. I got you.
Yeah, we went to Denver together. Me, him, and Jarvis and Moss.
Oh, dang, that's
fantastic. Sick. Yeah, Moss went in the first round. Marcus went in the 4th, and I went as a free agent. But to have all 3 of us who were just in college together to go to one city, playing the same line together, is the most coolest experience. So definitely Marcus Thomas, my guy.
That's sick. Okay, one more question, and then we'll dive into today's Gators. We touched on it a little bit, but we'll touch on it a little more. Best moment ever in the swamp, because I know your best moment is holding up that natty, but best moment in the swamp, can only pick one.
South Carolina, cop block, the block heard around the world. Yeah, that's my best moment for sure. Well, that and I'll say that and the celebration after the championship, because we had a celebration inside of the swamp.
Yeah,
for just the football team, and let's start the cop block because I got to call it. I called that play. I knew that we can block it. I know you guys probably heard me tell the story. I knew we could block it on that side because I had been smashing the guard all game, and we needed a block. And I said, Coach, we can get it done. Let me and Ray double team him, knock him back, have Moss jump, and it worked to perfection. It happened. We won. And so that, and then just the championship coming back into the stadium, since it was in the swamp, wasn't a game, but my grandmother, God bless her soul, Betty, made it up to Gainesville to come for the celebration. My auntie and stuff, they were in the stadium, and then I got to take them into the locker room after the celebration for them just to get the tour. So that moment, just to share that with my family, because outside of that moment, it probably would have never happened. So that was just a great moment for them to be at the stadium and to feel that love and go inside and stuff like that. So
that's pretty cool. That's really cool. Someone said least favorite teammate. You ain't got to answer it.
Least favorite teammate? Oh Lord. Least favorite teammate.
Say Tebow, get them all riled up.
Nah, Tebow was cool. Least favorite, man.
You can plead the 5th. It's all right.
Channing Crowder.
Really? Actually, that's crazy. I wasn't expecting that.
I love him. I love him.
Yeah,
I just think about, because I never really had any moments with anybody, but there was one moment Channing was trying to bully one of our younger guys, and I had to step in and defend him. But that was just, so I just say that. But outside of that, because I ain't play the radio, bro. I was, they called me, my nickname was One Hitter Quitter. So well, nobody gonna have no problems with me. Nobody was gonna try to start nothing with me. Nothing. As a freshman, I was putting it on seniors. Yeah. So it wasn't I really had no problems, but I just had to think about an incident. He tried to bully one guy one time, and I don't deal with bullies. I'm not a bully. I'm a bully annihilator. If I catch anybody bullying somebody, I'm like, try it with me.
You bully the bullies.
Yeah.
Bully the bullies. But yeah, no, that's really cool. It's funny. It's so crazy to me, like with the 06 championship. I talk about this. I told my son this. It's crazy to even say this out loud. But the 06 championship, I grew up in a little town called Dundee, Florida. And so I'm sitting there, right, getting ready to watch this game. I'm coming home from school. I'm nervous. I'm like, dang, we played tonight. Like, I'm nervous about this. And I told my grandparents, I was like, I want to be able to watch this again. So you know how we watched it? Because now you can just go on YouTube and watch the highlights. I popped in a VHS tape and clicked record. And Ohio State returns the kickoff. And I'm like, delete it.
Oh, man.
Take the tape out. But I didn't. I didn't take it out. My grandfather was like, my grandfather was like, it's going to be all right. It'll be fine. Yeah. And I was like, it's not fine. I was stressed. I was like, it's not okay. But it's crazy to just think back on that time period. It really is insane, but that's the kind of fan I am.
Do you still have the VHS? It's the question.
I don't still have the VHS. I would say, you know what's funny though is so the VHS that it was on, I do have a DVD somewhere because we got VHS tapes, like home videos and stuff, and they did that one and put it onto the CD or the DVD. So that's somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know where though at this moment.
Shout out to Grandpa that stopped you from not recording it.
I wanted to take it. I was so mad, and he's like, "It's fine," and I'm like, "You don't even care about the Gators. You're an NFL fan." But no, that's just it's crazy.
Yeah,
but yeah, so
great game.
Yeah, man, that's honestly something though that I really rest my head on. So okay, you playing D-line. What with this D-line now, if there's something, if you could give them advice, right? Because I know they're being coached up, and I think that there might be a few things that can change. If you could just give some tips, if you were there being their coach, what would you say to them? Like, just as Stephen Harris, national champion, what advice would you give?
Just because I'm close to them and I get to see a lot of work that they're doing. I mean, I give them a lot of advice, but
true.
I want to see those guys have more fun and smash people, man. Smash people. Sometimes you got to be less worried about making the play and more concerned with destroying the guy in front of you.
Yeah.
That's how I played the whole first half. The whole first half, all I was doing was trying to break the guy in front of me's neck. I'm taking my face mask and I'm gonna smash his helmet so hard every play to where he shouldn't want to play the game anymore.
He wants to quit.
Yeah, and so I would just have them play with more excitement, more passion, and just know that you're out there to destroy people because we have the talent, we have the skill. I think sometimes we lack just that raw passion to just annihilate the guy in front of you. Like, I know it's a game and everything, but it's another human being in front of you with blood in his body. Like, if we take these pads off, what type of man are you versus the type of man he is? Now that we have the pads on, it should be no reason why I don't make this guy want to call the police on me on this field.
Yeah.
And so that's how I played the game. Yeah. So I just
I think it's like something I've always been told when it comes to competition is like if you're going against somebody in front of you, you're obviously like when it comes to O-line, D-line, like you're doing the opposite. You're trying to get to the quarterback. They're trying to stop you from getting to the quarterback. But at the end of the day, you're both trying to do the same thing when it comes to college. You're both trying to get to the NFL. And it's like that man's trying to take food out of your family's mouth.
Sure.
Like you need to go smash him in the mouth. But like the thing I look at is like, I think you're right. If you look at this team last year on that run, right, beating LSU, beating Ole Miss, just beating Florida State, it looked like everybody was having fun. Like that was what it was. Gums was like, I mean, he was turning to the Hulk out there, and Tyreek Sapp is out there cheering. And, you know, just everybody seemed to be having fun. And now it almost feels like a few things. One, they bought into their own hype, and it's kind of hurt them a little bit. But two, they don't look like they're having fun at all. Like, it just, to me, it doesn't look like that. I think they had fun in the Texas game. Because they were getting something done. But I'm like, bro, just go play. Like, just be fluid with it. Go out there and just have fun.
The energy is contagious. You gotta hype it up. And I think a lot of that comes with the camaraderie of the guys. You gotta, in this new age of NIL and the players having money, you almost have too much freedom to do whatever you want, and not in a bad sense, but it takes away the bonding that we would get. Like, all of us didn't have money when we were at Florida. So if somebody ordered a pizza, we ordered 5-star pizza. 5-star pizza was like the best. If you ever been to Gainesville, 5-star pizza was the best pizza we ever had, even though it's probably the worst pizza. It's greasy, but for us, it was cheap, and we can afford it. So whenever one person had a box, we all got to go share it. We're all sleeping on each other's couches or whatever. So that bonding, if you going home for the weekends, like say you get Thanksgiving break or whatever, we didn't have money. Everybody didn't have a car. So I'm going to Brian Crum's house in Georgia. He's saying, hey, Steve, come home with me. My parents ain't have enough to afford for me to come back home and then go back. So I'm going to stay with Crum and his parents and his family. So now his mom and dad are like my mom and dad. We eating for Thanksgiving. Julian Riley, I come to St. Pete, stay with him, and his mom and dad are like my mom and dad. Ray McDonald. Just those different bonds that you have versus you got the time off. Now you got enough money. You taking your girlfriend on a cruise, and it's just y'all two, and you got to come back and hear stories like from the friend. Oh man, you weren't here when this happened. Oh, you like, oh, for that bonding, those stories, and that energy, you don't get that back. But it allows you to play tougher as teammates. Like Marcus being my best friend, playing nose guard. I'm at the 3 technique. I got Jarvis next to me, Ray McDonald at the other end. It's like, and me, Jarvis, and I mean me, Marcus, and Ray, frat brothers. We joined fraternity together. We did online together, eating dog food and crazy stuff together. So when I look over there and say, bro, we need this third down, like the level of us getting back there is like, bro, it's but out of us 3, which one of us gonna get back there?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And we could depend on each other with that level. We can look at each other and be like, bro, it's 3rd and 1. I don't care. They ain't getting it.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, you feel like a gang, like you guys is y'all versus them instead of being out there. You feel like you're a part of the team, but you can still feel alone when you don't have that camaraderie. And you know what I mean? If I'm out there and I look down the line and it's a young guy that I never hung out with. He never slept on my couch. I ain't never slapped him in the back of the head, playing with him a couple times. It's like, you know what I mean? He in his own world. I'm looking at you like, bro, come on, we need it. But I don't know how much I can get on you. I don't know how much I can really depend on you. You wasn't there when we were choking people out. Like, like that level of bonding means something when you're trying to win a championship, bro.
Yeah, no, it's crazy to look at it that way too, because just looking at, you got to be. Richard Sherman talked about the Seahawks defense. He was like, bro, it's like we're all on a string. It's like I knew exactly where everybody was, but I think that gels, especially when you got a defense that, like, I think that's where it gets tough. Is if the D line is doing their job, but yet the DBs aren't doing it. Like, you got to bond, and I think that's a big thing in just becoming close with everybody. Like, the D line needs to eat with the DBs, and it honestly just all over. You need to get to know that person. But same thing, I think it's good that the defense and the offense has that camaraderie, because if the offense is screwing up, the defense should be able to go over there and say, yo, you suck right now. Like, you're trash. You need to get it together, because especially this year, like, that's where you have to have some type of self-discipline to say, like, hey, I'm not doing my job. And this dude who I was choking people out with, even though we're on opposite sides of the ball, he's out there just putting his life on the line for me, and I'm not getting it done for him. I think that's what makes a championship team. But, you know, I think that's what I don't see.
It does
with this team. Like, I
It
think this
does.
team gets along,
Yeah.
but people talk about like, oh, you Gators fans want to go back to the 06, 08 days. I'm like, yeah,
Yes.
I do want to go back to those
And
days. Like, I do want to go back to Natties. I do want to go back to a team that looked like it just looked like it
You can
clicked
see
on
it.
all sides.
You can see it, and you're not wrong for saying it's not there. It's gonna be there, and it can be there. I think the issue with that right now is one, the NIL and having money and the free time and your own car. Bro, we used to ride. You ever seen 340-pound offensive linemen on a small scooter hugging each other with their arms wrapped around going to class? Bro, that's bonding.
Yeah.
Like riding down frat row and you got your offensive tackle and starting guard holding each other on the scooter to get to class.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother level of bonding that these guys are not going to experience. So you got to find ways to create that. And it shows, because people were asking me this year, well, when Lagway was struggling, who can go grab him and say something to him?
It's true.
And that's tough because you don't want to fracture him, but as a defensive player, you don't really know what he's experienced or what's going on. You just know he's not playing well, but you don't know where the mistake was or where it was at, because you're not his coach and you don't play offense to know. So in that moment, the only person could have did something would have been a veteran wide receiver.
Yeah.
But we didn't have that at the time. We had Stuttervant, who's a senior, but he's a transfer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like having Dallas Baker out there who can go grab the quarterback and say, hey, man, just throw me the ball.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Hey, man, I don't know what's going on, but hey, let's do this. Like, to shake them and get them going. And so for me, you saw a change in the energy the test game because Dallas Wilson was back.
Yeah.
That gives the quarterback a whole nother level of confidence when you, even if he wasn't playing as great as he is, his energy of him being on that team just breeds confidence in the quarterback. Yeah. And I think as they progress, he'll be able to go grab DJ and be able to shake him whenever it's a rut, or anybody he'll be able to walk up to, but he's young. He's a freshman.
Yeah.
You know, Vernell Brown is a technician and is about his business, but I don't see him at this moment being a freshman going up and grabbing somebody by the face mask and saying, hey, man, come on, let's go. Because he's still trying to learn plays and progress in his own right. He hasn't reached the top level for him in college just yet. And so I think we were lacking that in certain areas. Mm-hmm. And I think, you know, just having that camaraderie and those different experiences give you that level of somebody being able to walk up to them and tap them. And you know what I mean? In that moment, I would have liked to have seen on tape Tyreek or somebody walk up to him where it's visible and say, hey, come on, bro, let's go. But you don't see nobody walk up to him during the games, and or somebody of significance on the team leadership role, Banks or somebody to come up to him and be like, hey, bro, come on, let's go. Defense gonna keep holding down for you, but come on, bro, we need some points. Yeah. Like if you look at the Swamp Kings tape when Dallas was on there and he apologized for cussing, and he was like, hey, man, y'all go get the fucking ball back and we're gonna go down there and score. He walking over to the defensive bench and saying that to us. How do you not go out there and make it happen? Yeah. But he's able to do that with us because although he played offense, Dallas was a sweet mate of mine and hung around the defense. Mm-hmm. Same thing with Lewis Murphy during those time. He hung with the defensive players. And so the unit was so tight that anybody can go and motivate them. But it means a lot when your offensive guy who's balling can come over and say something to the whole defense. Yeah. We sitting on the bench gasping for air. And he's like, hey, I don't give a damn. Y'all go down there. It's like, all right. You know, not no coach, you know what I mean? A player. And the same vice versa. Whenever hey, man, we're going to get the ball. Y'all better go score. I could walk down there and say that to the offense. And they're going to give them that juice. You know what I mean? And I think we're lacking that, but it's a lot of young, great talent on the team to where they leaders or whatever. But that vocal and that tenacity and level of energy that it takes and passion when you got to dig something out of this game. Like, it ain't been going good, but I don't give a damn, bro. Y'all gonna give me something. It takes a little more maturity, and that comes with time. But with the amount of young guys we have and the level that they're playing, when that thing hit, and it's gonna hit faster for some of them because they're putting in a lot of time on the field. Nobody likes to put in that much time and lose. So it's gonna be a whole nother level coming soon here in the future. I believe it'll be next year. 2026, it'll be 20-year anniversary of our
20
OC.
years.
Yeah, so we did it on the 10-year anniversary of the 96.
Mhm.
Our 2016 one. They brought the 96 guys back. They had a parade and all that for, I think it was, I don't know if it was homecoming or whatever, but we ended up winning out and doing it 10 years later. So
Yep.
this is 20 years. Next
Gotta go
year,
get it.
hey, that's all I'm saying.
But see, it's funny to bring that up too, because I think you touched on a couple of great points that if you look at it now, because it's such a different time period.
Yeah,
Like
dynamic's
it's so
different for
different
sure.
now. Whereas a few different things. Number one, you can't, like, if you go up to DJ, and I'm not saying that DJ's like this. I don't know DJ personally. I almost feel like he can take criticism.
For
Like
sure.
he gives me that vibe that he's like, yeah, cool, I got money, but I love
Yeah,
football
listen, yeah.
more.
But
Yeah,
it's like,
but yeah, but it's like it almost does feel like if you have somebody such as, like, I don't know, like maybe like a Miles Graham. Miles Graham just seems like a football guy. That's what it looks like. I don't feel like, and I don't know their NIL. I don't pocket watch. I don't know that stuff. But I know he don't make what DJ makes.
No, not at
So
all.
I don't feel like he could walk up to DJ and say that, or it's like another receiver can't walk up to Dallas and be like, yo, like, you need to get your head in the game, because he's got that money. And so there's a difference there where I think that's a hard part of it. But another thing you touched on, and this has been my biggest argument for right now, is I'm like, we are in year 4 of Billy, and I don't see any leaders. None. Like, I don't, maybe Miles is a leader of defense, but I don't feel like he's a very outspoken leader, like in the sense of like I feel like y'all didn't need a leader back then.
Everybody's
right.
Yeah,
But Siler was out there, you know, I would say that he had a vocal point to it, but everybody cared. So you didn't really need it, but there comes a point in time where you do need somebody. And I think that's where you're going to see like your champions in today's day.
Yeah.
Is that when you see people bond together, like Ohio State, for example, I feel like they are like that. You can go up to somebody and be like, yo,
communication, you saw it.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's how they're getting the job done. I think that's what we need next. But see, another thing is too, and I think it's huge, and this is why, just kind of touched on the Lane Kiffin thing, and it's just because I paid attention, but I listen to his podcast. Like I listen to him on the Pivot podcast, and he said, we start our day with competition. Like, we start it the second you come in, it starts with competition.
For sure.
They let a player on the team, he's got to make a free throw. And he said, he sucks at basketball. He's the worst basketball player I've ever seen. And he goes, but I tell them, if he makes a free throw, we'll skip individuals today. Yeah. And you got everybody who's been there, they're like, man, get ready for individuals. But the new guys are like, oh, we're going to get to skip. And then he misses it by a lot. But he says, we start competition. You got people dunking in there. And I think that is a missed thing, because at the end of the day, yes, they're making money. Yes, they are out of high school, but these are still young dudes. Like, you think about 18, 19, like, that's what they want to do. And if you put a basketball hoop in there and like, let's have a 3-point competition. You get what I'm saying? Like, I think that becomes a part of DNA. I think you muted yourself. There we go.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that becomes a part of, and I'm not saying that necessarily has to be Lane. I think that competition breeds competition, and nobody likes to lose. And I hate to say it, because like a lot of people look at this. I've seen a lot of people look at this in a bad way, but I love what Meyer did. Whereas if you did great, you ate great.
Yeah.
If you sucked, you ate hot dogs and hamburger. You ate the scraps. Like, you ate this over here, and it's like, you got to do that. You got to make them earn it. They got to go and earn it, because if they don't, it's just never going to become anything. It's just like everything's already given to them with money. Right. But you got to have some type of discipline in there. The dudes in the NFL got discipline. Like, there's some type of discipline there. It's a business. They make huge contracts. But you see the ones like Brady got paid millions, but he had discipline. He won multiple Super Bowls. Got to have discipline, and you got to have competition.
No, you do. You definitely have to have competition. And I think at this level now, like where we're going, I believe over time, because we had so many young guys show out in the past 2 years. You didn't really have a time for that one leader voice to rise up. Not that it's going to be one leader, but for them to feel comfortable, like being unhinged and slapping the helmet or something. Like when I look at your team and something go bad, and I don't see nobody get their helmet slapped by another teammate, nobody, like I'm liable to slap your whole helmet off your head, and not a way to fight you. Be like, come on, bro, what you doing?
Yeah.
Like that level of accountability. So I think it was too many young people, which it shouldn't have been in year 4, that we were dependent on to be the leaders.
Yeah.
And it kind of silenced the voice of the guys who should have been the leaders. But you know, that kind of reflects Billy a little bit to me, and his demeanor, because he's so calm, and it works, but it doesn't work in the SEC when an inch is so valuable. I need people to understand that, bro. If we don't get this inch, it's life or death right now. Like, you know what I mean? And you have to put that type of pressure on them to let them know, like, if you don't get it, you're going to be highlighted. Like Herb, the thing about Herb, he didn't mind highlighting you in front of the team. And I think when you have the level of athletes that we get, they're competitors, because you don't get to this level without being a competitor. So you have to continue, like you said, with competition, finding ways to make them stay competing. And that's going to bring the best out of them. Like if every day is not a competition, then you get complacent in who you are. And and though you may be great, it's not about you. You're only strong as your weakest link. So if you can lack off, then the guy who really should be working is lacking off because you lacking off. He really should be working, but you're not motivating him. You're not pushing them. You're not getting on this behind. And then when you get in there, you're not doing your thing because you feel like you're just a guy. Then it's going to suck when we really need this guy, or when somebody goes down and he's not ready because he's been watching you, who's a superstar, can turn on and off. It's like Percy. Percy didn't have to practice, but he had to practice just so the rest of the team can practice. Because if he's not practicing, the guy that you're really going to need, you're not going to have him. And so that level of competition has to be raised. But I think we're primed for that, though, with the group of young guys. Last year young guys mixed with this year young guys. Whoever comes in, Lane, choo-choo, but whoever comes in is primed to have a fast first year start, and then 2 or 3 years after that of major success, because you have sophomores who are in great position. Once they get the vocal part and they feel comfortable and know, hey, this is my team. I'm in my junior season. Y'all not finna mess this up for me. Freshmen, hey, if I catch you doing this, then I can put hands on you. That's when it's going to go up. And I believe whoever comes, Lane, choo-choo, is going to be primed to have sustained success for at least a 2, 3 to 4 year window where you're going to be knocking at the national championship.
Yeah, you gotta stop talking. You're getting me like riled up, about to go in there run Oklahoma drills with my wife or something. I'm riled up over here.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's right. We're right there, bro. We're right there.
We are.
And that's why I said we have to make this. We had to make that decision, and I appreciate everything Napier did to get us to where we at. The type of guys he brought in and bringing the culture back, and all the different programs that he put in place in the model. But now it's time for them to hear another voice for a guy to say, yeah, y'all got all these great things, but I don't give a damn about it. I take it all away. When Urban got there, we couldn't even wear Florida gear, bro.
Yeah.
We couldn't wear no logos.
Didn't y'all wear gray shirts and black?
Whatever
shirts?
you had to bring from your house. You could not wear Florida issued gear. We had to earn the gear. So when you get somebody that come in who knows you got all this great talent, I don't care what all he did, DJ, Bob, blah, blah, blah. Now, secretly, hey, I got you, man. You bought in, but I need you to go put the show on. Look, for the other guys, it's not for you. This is for the third and fourth string.
Not because of you.
We got to have them ready to run through walls. I know what you're going to do. But if you don't come help me put this show on, we're not going to get to where we need to be.
Yeah.
And so if those guys can humble themselves and take the strictness and pony up and take whatever Lane is going to do when he comes in, it's going to be amazing, bro, because they're already right there. They just need somebody just to flip that switch and just get them over the hump. They know what they know. Now you're going to do what you don't know.
Yeah. This team is just, and watching this team for as long as I have, I mean, I've talked about it. I was my Instagram on my personal profile is me as a little boy just wearing like a Gator shirt. And I mean, I was born into this, orange and blue runs through my blood. And
Yes,
it's
sir.
going through this time. It sucks. Like going through these past few years, like I'm like, man, this is just not
it.
This isn't it. Like, this isn't what I knew. Like, this is not like I grew up on y'all.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And that's just this picture right here, Major Wright hitting him. Bro, I'm sitting at Beef O'Brady's in Winter Haven, Florida. He hits him, and I'm almost hitting the roof. I'm jumping so high.
Yes, sir.
And it's like that's the type of team that I know. But this team has like, and I've said it, I'm like, there's no like different talent comes in different forms. Like everyone wants to go and say like, oh, well, look, DJ's the next Tebow, or this person is the next Percy Harvin. I'm gonna say right now, there ain't gonna never be another Percy Harvin. But there's talent in different forms, and as a talent as a whole in today's day, when it comes to a talented roster, we got it. So whoever is looking at this roster, I mean, I get it. There's personal stuff that you got to figure out, money, all that. But I'm like, you got to be just drooling looking at this roster as long as you can keep it. But I think that's why Lane is so detrimental to this team, is because I think he comes, you're going to see a couple hit the portal. I think they just won't click with him. But I don't think you see, like, I think the offense stays. They see it. They know. No,
and that's why they holding tight. They everybody's hopeful for who the next guy. But he comes, I don't believe nobody's going to be hitting the portal that, unless he just doesn't want him, or he has somebody else he believes coming in. But everybody's going to be holding tight. Recruiting's going to go through the roof. Everyone knows what's coming with the territory. He's been primed. I tell you, I didn't like Lane when he was at Tennessee. I hated his guts. And I'm a Florida guy, so it made it natural. But he's growing on me now. I would want to say he matured, but a lot of people, I guess you can't say mature. He's grown.
He's just shifted a little bit.
Yeah, but I like what he does. I like the energy that he brings, and I would have loved to play for him as a player, because that type of excitement. I know my coach gonna talk crap. I'm gonna talk some crap too, because I'm gonna go out there and back it up. You know what I mean? Yep. And so for when you have a group of Gators, I want to say dogs, a group of dogs that already naturally like that, the Balls and DJ and Dallas Wilson and that personality, I tight end, you can just see it on them. They ready to talk some smack. Yeah. And so they need somebody that's gonna come match that energy with them and let them off the leash. It takes me back to the Tennessee game a few years back when we were up at the half, and everybody was. I'm in the locker room with Lewis Murphy, and everybody's getting crunk and excited. And we're like, we're gonna go out there second half. We're gonna smash them. Like everybody still pumped, like super pumped. Yeah. And Billy came around the corner like, hey, what are you guys doing? You haven't done nothing yet. Calm down. Like, calm down. But that's just the personality. He didn't want them to become a prisoner of the moment. I guess because he knew his team and he knew they wasn't quite ready yet. But at the same time, because you think they're not quite, they might not be quite ready yet. But today they are. Yeah. In this moment, we're up at halftime. They're ready right now. Yeah. And so don't come put the fire out on that right now. You should have came here like, okay, guys. Yeah. And they would have went out there. You should have pumped them up. He should have came put more gas on it. Yeah. Because we came out that second half and it was a little slow and they had to bring it back up. You just got to know when to do it. I understand big picture. You know your guys and the work that they put in. But every game is different. If we're on fire right now, we ride with the fire, baby. I don't have no time to be trying to put out a fire when my guys are fired up. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think energy is big, and we're right in position for that. Yeah. It's gonna, I mean, Coach Nape was right. It is right there, and it's gonna pop. It's just you're not gonna be here when it pops. I say I don't know. You ain't gonna be here when it pops. You're right. And he did a lot of stuff, and players were down and injured, and he just didn't improvise enough to salvage to get to what he wanted to get to. When it's not going right, you got to improvise, bro, if you want to stay around. You can't just chalk it up and say, I'm just going to keep teaching them this, and that. Bro, you got to get these W's. You can teach them that next week after you get this W. You can go right back to the drawing board after you find a way to win this game. Yeah, document that. And we'll teach that in practice. Right, but today, let it slide. Dallas, I need you to act like you're going to turn around and then go for a bomb.
Man, well, before I let you get off here, one more thing. But mid-season, give me an offensive MVP and a defensive MVP so far at this point of the season.
Mid-season so far. Can I give you 2 on offense?
Sure. I've asked you some hard questions.
Sure.
I'll give some leeway here.
Jaden Barr, number 1. Vernell Brown, number 2. Offense. Defensive MVP, I got to go with my guy 5.
Got to.
I go 5 and I get 2. 5. That's ground for you guys that don't know. And Bordeaux, 93. Okay. My number 6 as a lineman. What he's been able to do in the absence of Banks, and taking up those double teams and still being able to produce and have great games and be sound in his technique and knowing his assignment. He's a very smart player. He knows what everybody's supposed to do on the defensive line, the whole front, and he's able to help get those guys in the right position and be able to read the offense and know what they're trying to do. So he does a lot for our defense that goes unnoticed. He's like having another linebacker out there, but definitely Miles Graham. And secondly, I gotta give a D lineman a shout out and go to Bordeaux. Yeah,
I like that. That's man. It's crazy. You just look at the team as a whole, and I'm like, man, it's coming. It's coming. We just, as Gator fans, we got to be patient. I think we all want this like instant satisfaction right now. Like it's gotta happen right now. And I fall victim to that constantly. Like I'm the same way as any other Gators fan. I see any news break on Twitter, and I'm like, oh, what happened? What happened? What happened? But you know, it's coming. It's gonna happen. And we're gonna be great again, like you said, 2026 Natty champs
for sure. 2026, baby.
20 if it don't happen, I'm gonna lie all the way up until it doesn't.
Right. Hey, but listen, no. I've always said, long as Miles Graham and Vernell are on our team, those guys will be leaving Florida with a championship.
Yep.
We got 2 more years. Those guys, 2 more years minimum. I mean, maximum. Yeah.
For Miles got 2 more. VB3 got 3.
Yeah. So VBD got 3 more maximum.
Yep.
2 minimum. Miles got 1 more minimum. So
man, I can't wait. You got me pumped up. I mean, I'm right back on it. Like you're right though. And honestly, anyone who's watching this, I know that it was like really, really tough times with Coach Nate being there. I think it was just a lot of uneasy stuff. I know y'all gave my man Steve here y'all gave him trouble.
Listen, bro, I've seen some of the things you guys seen, but I also know as a player, Alabama did it being vanilla. Mm-hmm. You got to execute. And I saw that we wasn't executing. So I'm going to always speak to the player because they the one got to put the film on board. So I can't come and say, hey, coach, that's a bad play. I'm looking at the play and saying, did you make this block? I'm going down the line. How was your blocking? How was your block? How was your blocking? That's all I'm doing. And when I can see that so many people missed a block on this play or didn't do that, I can't call it to the play calling. You didn't execute your assignment, so I never get to see what the play could have possibly did.
Yeah.
But I do know vanilla offense and a slow offense when I see one. And we did have that. So I could never defend him on the play calling. I'll just most so always talk to the players and try to help them become better players, no matter the call, because they're trying to get to the next level. And it's a lot of bad offensive coaches that call plays or whatever, and people still get to the next level because they're great in their technique.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think it all falls into it, like missed assignments, but also like, well, what coaches are you putting in place that's going to hold them accountable?
Falls down, yes. It trickles down from the head.
Yeah,
it comes down from the head, but I can never talk about it because I'm speaking to the players, but it starts at the head. And so now that he's gone, I can tell you everything I saw wrong with it. But
yeah, of course. I mean, that's the thing. It obviously, like, I think you even understand it just as being a passionate fan. When you see somebody, like, you want everybody to be like you. You want everybody to be pissed off like you. But when someone's being positive, you're like,
I was outlier. Like, what the hell is he talking about?
Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing. But I was like,
I forget y'all. I forget.
It is what it is. We got what we wanted now. We can cheer for the orange and blue together the rest of the season.
Choo-choo all the way, baby.
Exactly. We got to go beat them dirty dogs up there in Jacksonville.
Listen, Georgia, Florida State. I know Tennessee I don't even consider them because I feel like that just given to me.
Yeah.
Georgia, Florida State, I don't care who we got, guys. We got to beat Florida State for sure.
Exactly. I need everybody on that team. Do not let them put a flag on that Gator head.
Man, come on, man.
Don't let it happen. I don't want them digging up because they know, but I'm telling you, do not like. That's what I'll say that. I've said this. I know people give me crap about it, but I'm like, we can lose the next 4 as long as we win that one. Like I don't care,
State, bro. I despise them, bro, with every fiber in my body.
Yeah, I listen.
My grandfather made me grow up watching them.
my cousin, my cousin is married and she's a Florida State fan, and then my aunt is also a Florida State fan, and I told them because they've like. My cousin Lindsay, she'll wear Gator stuff and all, and we were up there for Florida versus LIU, and they were watching Florida State Bama, and everyone that was like in our group was like cheering for Florida State with her, and I was like, I'm not doing it. I'm telling you right now, I'm not. Like, I was like, I love you to death, but one thing that's never going to happen is I'm never cheering for Florida State. It ain't happening. Not happening.
I told my sons, I say, listen, they play football. I said, Florida State can be your only D1 offer, and you're going Division II.
You gotta go D2.
We're not going to Florida.
Never happening.
Yeah.
You got it. That hatred runs deep. I mean, just growing up around here, I'm like, I can't do it. Yeah, I'll buy my aunt, my cousin, I'll buy them Florida State stuff. Like, here, y'all can have this nasty junk, but I won't cheer for them. Can't do it.
If you get a chance, YouTube 2003 Florida State versus Gators fight. And it's my red shirt freshman year. Just look for number 93. Just look for 93 in the middle of the field, and you will know why.
I need to go back and rewatch it because it's probably
set it off.
Got some more now.
I hit Darnell Docker with the 2-piece, set off a big brawl, and they've been on my hate list ever since.
I love it. Yeah. That's what I want. That's what I want, like from our players. Like people are like, I want my players screaming at each other. Like, no, I want our players to hate Florida State.
Yes.
Even if you don't hate Georgia, hate the Noles.
You must hate Florida State.
All I want.
That's the prerequisite of being a Gator. You have to hate Florida State.
Like, exactly. That's got to be. I think that's the one thing you should be asked before you commit. You're about to commit. Like,
if you don't hate Florida State, I don't want you.
Exactly.
You can't commit to the Gators and not hate Florida. You're right, bro. That should be definitely an answer, like a trick answer. They don't even know what's coming, but like, no, I love the program. Do you hate Florida State?
Yep. They say, like, nope, you're good.
You know what I don't like, and we end with this. Miami fans and Florida State fans both hate us more than they hate each other, and you guys are in the same conference. Yep. I can never understand that. Why Miami hate the Gators more than they hate Florida State, and Florida State hate us more than they hate Miami, and you guys play each other every year for a championship, but y'all hate for us is stronger. Like, I don't get, like, Miami, I don't hate Miami. They Big East, they ain't never won an ACC, so I don't, they beat us a couple times, but I don't really even, it's like, whatever. Florida State, totally despise. But I don't understand how Miami hate us more than they hate Florida State. It's because we're so great. You're right. I do understand.
You know why.
I know why.
You know, I say you can flex on them.
Why they don't want Lane coming here.
Yeah, exactly. They trust me. They don't. They want everything they can, anything they can have happen to get him to not come here. They're trying to hand over dollars to Ole Miss. Like, please sign him. I know what they're doing.
They're pitch in to get him away from Florida.
Ole Miss is like, why are we getting donations from Tallahassee, Florida? What's going on here?
We got all our.
What is this? Like Belglades? What is that?
Right.
$27. Where does this come from, bro? I can't, man. But yeah, I appreciate you coming on for real. Like,
bro.
It means a lot, bro. Again, I appreciate you being a part of my. Sorry to say this, part of my childhood. Let me see a national championship. I do. I appreciate it.
I got some grace. It's all good.
Me too. I got them too. No,
it's just wisdom.
Yeah, it is. That's what I try to say. Everybody else tells me other things, but I'm like, I'm gonna ride with that.
Right.
But no, I appreciate you coming on, guys. Like I said at the beginning of this podcast is brought to you by the Stadium and Gale Network. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Appreciate you, Steven, for real. Thank you, man. It really does mean a lot. If you guys could, before you go, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you're sitting next to family members or go down the street, find a random, go subscribe on their phones. However you got to do it, help out. But yeah, man, I really appreciate y'all. We're not worried about no. Listen, man. Yeah, you're in the comments of a Gators podcast for a reason. But anyways, I appreciate y'all hanging out. Smash that like button,
bro.
subscribe. Y'all know how we end it here. If you ain't a Gator, y'all know the rest.
baby.
Yes, sir.
Dun, 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 dun.